again, everybody. Dave Brown here at ringside. Lance Russell's on vacation this week. We've got a big championship wrestling action day coming up for you. We're going to have in here Brian Lee going against Rick Morton. We will have the King, Jerry Lawler, in action today. We will have what we're hoping to have time for, a match in which Tracy Smothers and Scott Steiner will be going against Jimmy Golden and Frankie the Thumper Lancaster. But that's not all. We've got today a CWA title match coming up right here on Championship Wrestling. That is the action coming up today. There is plenty of it. We hope you'll stay right here. Maybe pick up the phone and call somebody and tell them, hey, get ready. They got a big one on Championship Wrestling today. It's coming up. Stay with us. We'll be back with the opening match in just a moment. Underway right now. We're not going to be back in a moment. We've got them up there. Alan Yates and David Elder as the referee steps into the ring right now, and you hear the music. We are just waiting for a superstar. And with the music there, the exotic one, Adrian Street.
So imagine what I could do to you.
Here they come. There's Bill Dundee out of Australia, and here comes the exotic one. This is Ballet, Miss Linda. This match is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Everybody now steps up into the ring. Miss Linda holding the ropes while Adrian Street steps into the ring. Referee Jerry Calhoun observing the whole thing. Bill Dundee says, hey, y'all ready? We're ready. Referee sends one outside across the way. Looks like Alan Yates is going to be starting for this team. And on the other side, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Dundee? Is it going to be Street starting? It looks like it's going to be Bill Dundee and Dutch Mantell out here. Dutch?
Yes, I'm out here. Now, you didn't let everybody know the big news. You sit out here and you talk 2 whole hours, and you didn't tell everybody that I'm a new CWA heavyweight wrestling champion. Now, did you?
No, I didn't. And yeah, you have the belt. There's no doubt about it.
I have the belt, and I'm going to keep the belt. See, Jerry Lawler paid off a championship committee. He got that world's title back. But I am never without a belt for too long. And I went out and I took that Wendell Cooley and I whooped him 7 ways from Sunday, and now I am the champion.
Took 2 of you to take that belt off Wendell Cooley. You and Ricky Morton, too.
No, you're wrong. It didn't take. It just took me by myself. Ricky Morton wasn't even there that night. I know for a fact where he was. He was in Dallas, Texas. The Lone Star Cafe was exactly where it was. He was playing a guitar behind David Allen Cole there. That's exactly where he was, and I was whooping Wendell Cooley right in the middle of the ring.
Well, that's certainly not the way we've heard the story from other reliable sources there. That's your story. But we've heard Ricky Morton was right there, and it took the 2 of you to get Wendell Cooley. But
look at this Bill Dundee. He's breaking every rule in the book. Him and that whatever it is over there in the corner, that Adrian Street, breaking every rule in the book, just like Wendell Cooley tried to do. But you see, you can't break the rules consistently and expect to be a winner.
Well, I hope you'll keep that in mind. I hope you will keep that statement in mind. Now, you hurt Wendell Cooley. You got a match scheduled here today, and maybe we can settle who that belt really does belong to.
Well, maybe we can sell it, but let me tell you one thing about Wendell Cooley. Wendell Cooley, if you got all your facts straight, you said, we hurt him or something. Yes, we did hurt him. I hurt him. And he will not be here today because he's having trouble walking around. It's sort of hard to walk when you're in a wheelchair, and you can't quite get those legs underneath of you.
Well, you hurt him all right, but we have been told that he said he will be here today. If there's any way he can make it, as long as the doctor releases him, he'll be here today, and we'll settle who that belt belongs to once and for all in the ring.
Hey, when I got through with Wendell Cooley, he was delirious. He was almost comatose. He was crying, and nobody likes to see a man cry, not even their ex-wives like to see him cry. And he had big crocodile tears coming out of his eyes saying, please, Mr. Mantell, let me go, let me go. But no, I finished the job. Now he is history, and he will not be here today.
Adrian Street with a bridge. And Adrian Street and Bill Dundee come up with a victory here over the team of Alan Yates and David Elder.
Big deal.
About 4 minutes of the action there. Street and Dundee looking very good in here, what we were able to see after having to deal with Dutch over here. I tell you what, Dutch, we'll see you back out here later on, and we'll see how that CWA title goes down here on television
Where's
today.
that sidekick of yours, Lance? He afraid to show up today?
He's off today. We're going to take a break.
Where's that
We'll be
CWA
back in a minute.
representative guy?
Tag team action coming up here in the ring right now. We got Mike Masters, Rodney Napper, and Chris Frazier. Oh, here they come, the Japanese team, waving that rising sun flag. The team of Samurai Shogun and P.Y. Chuhai with Tojo Yamamoto in their corner. Referee Jerry Calhoun will settle it all out to one apiece. Big Phil Hickerson, known now as P.Y. Chuhai, walking around in there. Very large team on the Japanese side. The total weight is 1,019 pounds. Across the way, 640 pounds. Just give you some idea of how big all three of these guys are over here. Samurai Shogun and P.Y. Chuhai. See who's going to be starting. Well, there's the ceremonial bow, and it looks like Mr. Hickerson, better known as P.Y. Chuhai, will be starting against Rodney Napper. Napper out of Halls, Tennessee, giving away lots and lots of weight. Hickerson just hammered him back on the rope. Off the rope. Dutch Mantell back out here. Dutch, well, we had this settled now a few minutes ago. You got a match coming up in a few minutes with that belt on the line. That belt that you and Rick Morton took off Wendell Cooley.
Is Wendell, is the Wildcat Wendell Cooley, is he here?
Well, he's not here yet.
No, and he's not going to be here because you didn't believe what I said, but I'd never tell a lie. I said out here, I'm telling the straight truth. I'm like Dan Rather on CBS Evening News. I always tell the truth when it presents itself. Wendell Cooley will not be here.
Well,
and I feel real good about it, too.
We're still hoping that he will be here because the word is...
still wishes he was alive, too. But he's not, and you can wish all you want to. But Wendell Cooley, thanks to me, and I did the wrestling fans a favor out here. I run that bogus wrestler off because he can't wrestle, he can't talk, he can't even drive a car, he can't play a guitar, he can't do nothing, he can't even read a paper. I doubt if he can sign his name. I did you people a favor by hurting him and getting him out of the wrestling profession.
Well, I don't think you got him out of the wrestling profession. You and Morton did hurt him, though, as you teamed up on him.
Ricky Morton had absolutely nothing to do with it. I wish you would not slander his name anymore, Dave Brown, because, you know, there's legal laws against that stuff like that.
Well, truth is an offense, and the truth is that Ricky Morton was right there, and it took both of you to beat Wendell Cooley, and as a result, you're walking around with a belt.
What do you base this on?
I base it on being told by people who were there and saw the thing with their eyes.
Great move by Phil Hickerson, a great move. It reminds me of one of the moves I use. And I like these Japanese wrestlers here because they don't take no bull. They get in there and they take whatever presents it, just like I do. Just like I do. Only one thing would make this match better if I was in there beating these boys up. And the same thing would be happening to those guys on the other side of the ring is happening to them right now. They'd be getting the dog beat out of them. Yes, sir, right there.
Well, there, take care.
You see that guy on his back? Looks a lot like Wendell Cooley, doesn't he? You know, they made a Wendell Cooley doll one time. Every time he set it up, he kept falling over his back. Couldn't even stand up. It didn't sell many.
There's a cover. Count is 1, 2, and 3. He got him. So the Japanese team of Samurai Shogun and P.Y. Chuhai gets a win. Tojo Yamamoto with a kendo stick. Masters as he leaves the ring. They've got Rodney Napper tied up in there. 3 against 1.
Yeah!
Oh, come on, this is unnecessary. Get him out of there, Tojo.
Great. Hey, Tojo, very good. Very good. Yeah. Very good, Tojo. I like it. I like it.
You would.
P.Y.
You would like that. Yeah. Well, they get the win. 2 minutes for you. Yeah, I know they liked it. They got a victory and then try to hurt the guy.
Come in, get a good shot of Dutch Mantell, the new CWA heavyweight champion. Jerry Lawler went out and begged and cried and carried on and got that unified belt back, but I'm still after it. But to get it, I had to get this first.
Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, this is my interview.
All you want.
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute.
Now, Dutch. Now, Dave, I just want to interrupt.
Wait a minute. What is that?
Just hold on. Now, Mr. Mantell, I've sat back.
Hey, hold the noise down. I'm doing conducted business here, if you don't mind. Now, shut up.
I've sat back there long enough, Dutch, and I've listened to lie after lie. You know the other night in that town in Kentucky where you said that you beat Wendell Cooley?
No, I didn't say
Well,
I beat him. I did beat him like a low-life egg-sucking dog.
That's right. You and Rick Morton in a chair.
No.
Yes.
No.
And when I was leaving, the sponsor of the school came up and said, hey, I don't like how Dutch Mantell won that belt, and I filmed the matches. So I said, can I have your tape for about a week, and I'll send it back to you. So I've got the tape right here, and if you'll play it in the next segment, Dave Brown, it'll prove to not only you, Dutch Mantell, you know it, Dave, that he didn't win that title fair and square. You had a chair, and Rick Morton.
Well, I know that's a match right there.
Well,
let me just wait.
Come on. Somebody shot that with their home recorder, and they want it back.
I don't care who shot it.
You've been telling us what happened.
No, look.
Let's just see what happened.
No, I got it now, and I like to keep my matches, especially when I win them. But, you know, let me see. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Hey, Jeff, I think they'd give you some kind of defective tape here, you know. I tell you, I think I would write to that Japanese company, and that's what I think of your tape, pal.
Mantell, you ain't no champion. That right there was going to prove to everybody that you're a stinking champion, and Rick Morton in a chair helped you win that title. Mantell, you know what I think of you as a champion?
Anybody who would come out here and do that is nothing but what do I call them, a low life. Hey, they want a match on television today. Let me tell you one thing. Bring that Randy Hale, get him in the back. Get Eddie Martin, get whoever you got to get. Wendell Cooley ain't going to be here. Oh, I got to say, let's see if Jeff Jarrett, oh, yeah, he can slap somebody and walk off. Let's see if he can bag it up in the ring. And if he's got any kind of qualms, I'll put the belt up. If all I want him to do is climb his little low-life carcass in that ring, and let's see how big a man he is then. Let's get him out here.
You're going to put the belt up against Jeff today? I tell you what, we'll get Randy. We'll check on this, but I think we got us a title match booked here. We'll be back in a moment.
Wrestling action Thursday, February 16th, Hopkinsville, Kentucky at the Western Kentucky Fairgrounds. Be sure to be there. Wednesday night in Evansville, listen to this lineup. Shogun with Tojo against Jungle Jim McPherson. Samurai with Tojo against Scott Steiner. Special added match, Dirty Dutch Mantell takes on Jeff Jarrett. Tag team action, we'll tell you more about the stipulations on this. Superstar Bill Dundee and the exotic Adrian Street take on the Beauty and the Beast. CWA Tag Team title match, big affair. Kerry Von Erich, the modern-day warrior, and Jeff Jarrett take on the Tennessee stud stable, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, with their valet, Sylvia. Jeff Jarrett and Kerry Von Erich had some very special comments for Championship Wrestling.
Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, and you, Sylvia, you have the stud stable. That's right, this Wednesday night, you got a tag title match coming up against myself and a guy I've asked to come in and be my partner, Kerry Von Erich. He's told me, he said, yep, I'm going to be there. I'm going to give it everything I got. And boys, you better watch out because this is a big man.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, when you did ask me to be your partner, I was surprised. But I'm honored. I've seen what you've done out there. You know, I had a little brother pass on, but now it's like it's be a step in the ring, Mike again, you know. But I'll tell you, Evansville, you got this girl named Sylvia coming in, and she's interfering in all these matches. Well, I'll tell you what, Sylvia, go ahead and interfere. Because Jeff, where I won, we'll spank you just like we did Sunshine back in Texas a long time ago. So stick your face in, because we'll take care of you.
Special tag action, Superstar Bill Dundee, Adrian Street. Dundee suit at state against Miss Linda. 5 minutes if the Beauty or the Beast wins.
You got it, brother. You got it all, Beauty and the Beast, because it's coming to a screeching halt, brother. I told you I wanted the suit back. The only difference is I ain't going to steal it. We're going to beat you. You're never going to see today you're going to get Miss Linda in there. We shaved the Beast head. We run Brunner out of town. Now you're on a downward slide, brother, and that's what's going to happen to you in Evansville, Indiana, 400 Court Street. I'm taking the suit back. The difference is, Garvin, I'm going to win it. I'm not going to steal it like you got it. Oh, you run around everybody saying you bought it. Well, you didn't buy it, sport. You stole it. I'm winning it back. We're taking you out right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I tell you what, we've got Rick Morton and Dutch Mantell both coming out here.
What a great sight that was to see Jerry Lawler handcuffed. He ought to be handcuffed every day, put in jail for impersonating a wrestler. But I'm upset right now. I want that Jeff there in this ring, and he's going to get in here in a few minutes, and I'm going to whoop him like he licked a gold cookie. Right, Ricky?
You got that right. You know, he comes out here and slap Dutch Mantell. Jeff Jarrett, won't you come out here and slap me? Or are you afraid you might break your hand, brother? But what it's all about, Dave Brown, is you've seen what Dutch Mantell and Rick Morton done to Jerry Lawler and Wendell Cooley. And by the way, where is Wendell Cooley? He talking about how he done everything in the world. That's right. Dutch Mantell beat him very square in the ring, brother, and put him out. But what it boiled down to is, Jerry Lawler, it's me and you, brother, and I'm going to prove to you that I am the best in the world today, along with Dutch Mantell.
Yeah, and I'm going to prove to Jeff Jarrett not too long from now that, hey, he made a bad decision when he decided his old man talked him into getting into wrestling, because I fought a lot of wars, but I'm going to win this, and I'm taking him out right here on TV, and I don't want you to ever say anything slanderous about Ricky Morton again. If you do, I'm going to knock you out, Dave Brown.
We'll see you in the ring in just a minute.
What's the matter, Jeff Jarrett? Can't you find a building and jump off of, boy?
Rick, we got a match coming up here. We'll see you in action right now against Brian Lee. This match is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Hey, and the King is out here by ringside. Referee says get the match started. Rick Morton out of Nashville, Tennessee, going against Brian Lee from Orlando, Florida. One fall, 10-minute time limit. The unified world champion right here at the table joining us. King, pick up the mic and...
Dave, I just wanted, I just wanted to come out here. I stayed back there. I listened to Ricky Morton run his mouth. And what I just can't help but when I see this kid out here talking like this, I can't help but think back to the day, and it was right in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee, that Ricky Morton was wrestling as a single wrestler. Robert Gibson was wrestling as a single wrestler. The Fabulous Ones were the hottest tag team in the country. And I looked at those guys, and they asked me, Ricky Morton himself is the one that asked me. They said, King, you've been around a while. Is there anything at all that we could do to compete with the Fabulous Ones or to get some of that kind of attention? And I said, Ricky, it's simple. I said that he had just a little pair of short tights, a little boots. And I said, look, let's just face the fact. Today, with the element of show business that we have in wrestling, that the people want to see somebody very glamorous type of wrestlers, I just told him flat out, I said, you guys need some sort of a gimmick, something to make you a little more flamboyant, something to capture the people's imagination. And I said, let me think on it a while. I went that night, I was looking through some magazines. I picked up like a rock and roll magazine, 16 magazine, something like that. There were pictures in there. I remember Eddie Van Halen, David Lee Roth. Here these guys had the bandanas on them, the cut-up T-shirts, the long blonde hair like Ricky. I went out personally. I got a bunch of bandanas. I got some colorful tights and stuff like that. I brought them to him the following week, and I said, Ricky, here's my idea. You guys put these tights on, wrestlers team, call yourself the Rock and Roll Express. And Ricky Moore said, I can't go out there with that kind of stuff on. I can't wear that. Robert the same way, but they did. And from that day on, I'm telling you, it caught fire. I got to give the devil his due. They went on to become probably one of the most successful tag teams that has ever wrestled in the entire sport of professional wrestling. But now what has happened? When they went to the NWA, Ricky Morton somehow got a shot. He got a title shot at Ric Flair. And like I said, I'll give the devil his due. Ricky is a great wrestler. He's a fine wrestler. And he beat, in a non-title match, he beat Ric Flair. And I think that was the undoing of the Rock and Roll Express, because from that moment on, he was obsessed with winning a world championship. I talked to Robert Gibson day before yesterday on the phone. I said, Robert, he's over in North Carolina. I said, Robert, what is wrong with Ricky? He said, King, you got me. He said, all I know is that ever since he had those title matches with Ric Flair, that all he wants to do is wrestle single matches. He's obsessed with a championship. He said, I call him for dates that promoters want the Rock and Roll Express. He says, Robert, I don't have time. I got a title match. I got to try to get a title match. So Robert is as dismayed as I am. He don't know what's wrong with Ricky Morton. I'll tell you what's wrong with him. He is obsessed. He wants to win a World Heavyweight Championship. Well, that's fine. If he wants a championship, he better go back and try to get one from Ric Flair, because he's not ever going to get this unified world title from around my waist. I can assure him of that. You just saw a tape of what he and Dutch Mantell tried to do to me. He took a bottle opener out of his tights, tried to open my head up, did open my head up, and I'm not out here to win any beauty contest, but by the same token, I'm not out here to get my head sliced up with a bottle opener. He wants to play those games, he's going to find out that the king invented some of those games, brother.
Morton's got the 3 count right there on Brian Lee. Good victory for Rick Morton. You got to give it to him. Brian Lee, some very tough competition for him. See what they're saying, huh?
We'll see about it. We'll take care of it. We'll see. We'll see about it.
Rick has... Come on, Rick, you won the match. Take it on out of here now.
You don't want none of me, Ricky Morton. You want a lot of me? Well, you're going to get more than you want, brother. Like I said, when you and Dutch Mantell are together, you're real tough. But one-on-one, we're going to see just how tough you are, punk, and you're not going to be tough enough.
All right. Well, that match is yet to come with the King and Ricky Morton going one-on-one against each other. Tell you what, let's take a break right here. We'll be back with more of Championship Wrestling.
Wrestling fans, I want to remind you on Thursday night, February 16th in Hopkinsville, Kentucky at the Western Kentucky Fairgrounds Convention Center. Big card of action coming up. Tickets on sale at the Bargain Center. Evansville Coliseum action Wednesday night. Listen to this. Shogun with Tojo takes on Jungle Jim McPherson. Samurai with Tojo against Scott Steiner. In a special added match, Dirty Dutch Mantell takes on Jeff Jarrett. A big tag team match. If Bill Dundee and Adrian Street win the match, Dundee gets his suit back. The Beauty and the Beast, if they win the match, they get 5 minutes with Miss Linda. That's tag team action. Dundee, Adrian Street against Beauty and the Beast. Then the main event, a CWA tag team title bout. Kerry Von Erich, the modern-day warrior, and Jeff Jarrett take on Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden, the stud stable. And, of course, they'll have Miss Sylvia in their corner. All this action coming up in Evansville Wednesday night. 6 big matches, including that big special added match, Mantell against Jarrett, Dundee and Street against Beauty and the Beast, Fuller and Golden against Kerry Von Erich, Jeff Jarrett. See you in Evansville.
Comes the King right here for a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. We are going to have more action for you. We've got an action-packed championship wrestling for you all day long. Keith Eric stepping up into the ring right now. Keith Eric has given some people some very tough battles, including the King. The King with that unified world belt around his waist. He hands it out of the ring. This is a non-title match. Jerry has wrestled this guy before. He heard him coming. One of Eric's favorite tricks is to try to jump you from behind before the bell sounds. Lawler heard him coming across the ring, and he jumped out of his way. Rick Morton is out here.
Wait a minute, Dave. Let me tell you something. You know, my good friend Dutch Mantell was back in the back listening to the show a while ago. He told me about some of the things that Jerry Lawler said when he walked out here. Well, I want to set the record straight to tell the world what a liar Jerry Lawler is. He says he's the one that started the Rock and Roll Express. But let me tell all these people here out here something. Rick Morton started the Rock and Roll Express. It wasn't Robert Gibson. It wasn't Jerry Lawler. You know, when you get on a roll and you make yourself a great name for yourself, everybody wants to jump on a bandwagon. Everybody wants to take credit for it. But Jerry Lawler, you're a liar just like all the rest of these people around here. You didn't do nothing for the Rock and Roll Express except put us behind, make us play second fiddle to everybody around here. But I went out on my own. He said about Robert Gibson. Said that he's got title shots. He don't want to call me up for dates and I'm not making them. Well, that's not true, Jerry Lawler. Some of the shows I didn't make because, brother, it gets hard carrying somebody on your coattail around all your life, trying to get where you are today. I done it the hard way. Nobody gave me nothing. And Jerry Lawler, you're going to find that out, brother. You come out here telling the world how great and how tough you are, but he ain't nothing to me, Jerry. Hey, Brown.
Now, Rick, Jerry told us just a totally different story about the whole thing.
Like I told you, he's a liar.
He didn't take full credit for the thing. He just said it was his idea. And the only reason he related the story is because of the way you've been acting lately.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Dave Brown, no. Look at he's getting lucky right there. It wasn't his idea. He's a liar. He's a bare-faced liar, and I'm sitting here calling that on national TV.
Well,
it was Rick Morton that did it. I'm the one that beat Ric Flair.
Well, he's not over
I'm
here.
the one that beat the Road Warriors. We won the titles for 4 times. It was Rick Morton that won every match. It wasn't nobody else. It was me. Everything I got, I done it the hard way. Didn't nobody give me nothing.
Lawler gets the win, 2 minutes, 2 seconds the time as he defeats Keith Eric here as Rick Morton.
Hey, Lawler, you threw lies to the whole world? What? This is right here, lies.
What are you talking about lying?
You said that you the one that started the Rock and Roll Express. You didn't have nothing to do with it, brother. It was my idea, not Robert Gibson's. Nobody, mine.
Jerry, during your match, he's been saying that everything you said wasn't true.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do then. If you don't think it's true, where's Bob? Bob, we got a telephone over here. Can you get a telephone? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's call Robert Gibson and get him on the phone, and let's see who Robert says. Let's see who Robert Gibson says gave you the idea for the Rock and Roll Express. You want to do that?
Yeah, I like that idea. There's the phone. There we go.
Come on.
Come on, Rick. That's real good. Yeah. Take the receiver so we can't make the telephone call. Well, that pretty obviously says who's telling the truth right there if he doesn't want you to make the phone call.
Let me just say this to Ricky Morton. I give the devil his due. He's a good wrestler, but he's become obsessed with trying to get a hold of that World Heavyweight Championship. Well, son, you want a world title, you better go to one of these other associations or one of these other federations and try to get one of those chump belts, because you're not going to get the Unified World Championship from the king, I can assure you that.
All right. CWA title match coming up when we return. Challenge for the CWA title. He steps into the ring. The man who's carrying the belt around right now, the champion, but he won it under suspicious circumstances. Out of Oil Trough, Texas, 229-pounder Dutch Mantell. There he is with Shoe Baby, that bullwhip wrapped around his neck. CWA title in his hand. He tosses it to referee Jerry Calhoun, and the belt is at stake. Yeah, let's see how tough he is, Dutch says. Well, Dutch, I think you're going to find he's pretty doggone tough. Jerry Calhoun says, ring the bell. Jeff Jarrett going after Mantell. Mantell hit him with a fist. Jarrett comes back with a right hand of his own. Mantell out of the ring. 15 seconds into the action, and Jarrett has run him out of the ring, and Dutch is unhappy about it. Mantell was out here earlier, and after a bit of a disagreement with Jeff, if he joined us late, he challenged him to a title match right here today. Jeff naturally took him up on it, and again, Jeff Jarrett has run Mantell out of the ring. Not only has he been run out of the ring, the referee is warning Mantell about using the doubled-up fist. Mantell, Steve, he's been in a nasty mood most of the day. Some would say a lot longer than that. Tell who the crowd's behind. Go, Jeff, go. 1 minute into the action. Headlock by Jeff Jarrett. Dutch Mantell stopped in his tracks in the middle of the ring. He backs Jeff onto the ropes. He's trying to send him into the ropes across the way, but Jeff, again, blocks him. Hair pulling, says Dutch Mantell. No, says the crowd. There's hair pulling, all right, but it's Dutch Mantell who yanked a handful of Jeff's hair, fired him into the rope. Body slammed him coming off of there. Mantell going to drop with the elbow, but Jarrett is moving. A good drop kick by Jeff Jarrett. We're coming up on the 2-minute mark. Championship match. Jeff Jarrett trying to take the CWA title from Dutch Mantell. Mantell got that right fist doubled up as he comes out of the corner. Mantell went to the tights. Referee checked his hand, nothing there. I think the crowd suspected a chain or something. Dutch backs Jeff into the rope. Referee wants him out of the corner. Big forearm by Mantell and another one across the chest. He grabs Jeff by the left arm and whips him into the rope across the way. Jeff takes him down, then drop kicks him to put him back on the mat, and once again, Dutch Mantell leaves the ring. He's down on the floor. Referee has counted 5, a 10 count, and it's over. But at the count of 7, just before 8, Mantell is in the ring, extends a hand. How about a handshake? Don't do it, Jeff. Again, Mantell doesn't want to shake hands. Yeah, having none of that. He knows this guy, believe me. Jeff with a headlock. Hair pulling by Mantell. Jeff yanked back to the ropes, fired across the ring. Dutch pulled that knee up, hit him in the midsection. Dutch slaps Jeff. Kicks him in the side of the face with that right foot. 4 minutes gone in the match. Dutch Mantell has put his ill-gotten CWA title on the line here against Jeff Jarrett. Dutch says, hey, didn't I do good? How about a little applause? Oh, knee to the back. He got him right above the kidney. Jeff Jarrett on the mat. Dutch kicks him out of the ring. Referee moves him back. There's Jeff on the floor. Been a rough couple of minutes here for Jeff after being totally in control in the early part of the match. There's Mantell out of the ring, down on the floor, grabs Jeff by the hair. Oh, runs his head into the ring post. We're very close to 5 minutes in the match. Dutch Mantell grabbing Jeff. Slams him into the chair, folding metal chair over here in the corner. Jerry Calhoun trying to get him back in the ring. Now finally, Dutch rolls back up into the ring. There's Jeff still on the floor. Now the referee is starting the count on Jeff. Counts at 4. Mantell grabs him by the hair, pulls him through the rope. Oh. Clothesline. And a cover. 1, 2. Might be it. No, Jeff kicks out. At the count of 2.5, Jeff Jarrett kicks out. He's still alive. Still in the hunt for the championship belt. Snap suplex by Dutch. Mantell covers. 1, 2. Again, Jeff Jarrett kicks out of it. Mantell around behind, abdominal stretch. He puts it on him. Mantell's using the rope for extra leverage. You can't do that. Referee comes around to check. Again, Mantell uses the rope. You can see that right hand back holding onto the rope. What that allows him to do is brace himself a bit and put more downward pressure on the back of Jeff Jarrett. There he goes. Ah, he caught him. The referee makes him break the hold. 6.5 minutes into the action. Jeff Jarrett, body slam. Mantell, lower leg and the knee. Now Mantell's feeling good. Thinks he's in control. He's got to cover. 1, 2. I thought he had him that time, but Jeff breaks out of it at the last instant. Mantel's got Jeff's arm wrapped around that rope. Out of the corner. Jeff fired into the turnbuckle. Big bar on the left arm. I'd have heard Jeff yell, "Oh," when he grabbed him. He really put the pressure on. Now it's grinding his face into the mat. Referee, that's not allowed. The referee called for a break. Mantell did break it quickly, but right back on that bar. Jeff Jarrett being held down by Dutch Mantell. Eight minutes gone. 8 minutes have passed in this match. And by the way, it's a special TV time limit. We'll wrestle as long as there's time remaining here. We may have to take a break in the middle of the action somewhere, but with a special TV time limit for the championship match, we'll keep her going. Jeff Jarrett coming in with a series of right hands, and referee Jerry Calhoun backs him off. Mantell comes at him with a clothesline, and the referee's involved in it too as Jerry Calhoun goes down to the mat. Jeff hooks him. He's got him down, but the referee can't count. Referee didn't see it. Jerry Calhoun still down. Oh, now look out. Mantell with a bullwhip. Mantell with shoe baby. Jeff goes out of the ring, down on the floor. And Mantell takes a moment to put the bullwhip back in the corner. Mantell, there's Jeff Jarrett still down on the floor, holding his knee. Referee comes around and starts the count. He's at 3 on Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett's got a 10 count to get back in there. Down to 6. 7, and Dutch Mantell grabs him by the hair out on the apron. Jeff hammers him with a fist, flips into the ring. Hey, the referee kicks the hands off the ropes. 1, 2. No, he can't hold him. He got a 2 count. Couldn't make it 6 for the 3. Mantell back over, looking for the bullwhip. Jerry Calhoun, the referee, says, take that thing back out and put it on the rope. Here comes Jeff with a chair. Look out, Jeff. Jeff nails Mantell. Well, I can understand why he did it. But that chair just cost Jeff, perhaps, the CWA title, as he has just been disqualified by referee. Yep. Jerry Calhoun has just disqualified Jeff for bringing the chair in there, and rightly so. I mean, we all saw what Dutch did with the whip, but
Dave, he thinks it's going to be an easy road holding that belt. Well, that proved to you right there, Mantell. It ain't going to be no easy road.
Well, he gave him a tough battle, all right, but Dutch keeps the belt. We'll be back.
Action coming up Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. Listen to this. 2 of the big matches, 2 big main events. Superstar Bill Dundee's suit at stake. Dundee and Adrian Street take on Beauty and the Beast. If Beauty and the Beast win, they'll get 5 minutes with Miss Linda. CWA Tag Team title match, Kerry Von Erich and Jeff Jarrett take on the Stud Stable, Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden with Sylvia. A special added match on the card in Evansville. Jeff Jarrett takes on Dirty Dutch Mantell. The Dutchman had some comments for Championship Wrestling.
Oh, I like it, Jeff Jarrett. Finally, one time in your life you had a little bit of guts. But let me tell you one thing, pal. You're with the pros now. You're with the big boys. And I always had a saying, if you can't run with the big dogs, then stay on the porch, because you're looking at the CWA heavyweight champion here. And I'm going to tell you, Jeff Jarrett, you're going to regret the day your old man talked you into getting into professional wrestling. You're going to regret the day you were born. You're going to regret the day you ever met me, and you're going to regret ever laying your hands on me.
Also in Evansville Wednesday night, the CWA Tag Team Championship on the line. Jeff Jarrett and the modern-day warrior, Kerry Von Erich, take on the stud stable, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, and Miss Sylvia will be with them Wednesday night in Evansville.
Hey, listen to this right here. Jeff Jarrett. Now, there's a boy. He got a lot of guts, or either he's just stupid as he can be. Dutch Mantell, and he expects to come out there and step in the ring with us for these titles right here with this goofball Von Erich. I'm going to tell you something, boy. You won't probably ever get past Dutch Mantell, let alone get in the ring with us and take these titles right here. You've been a glutton for punishment for a long time, boy, running your mouth as fast as you can get it. When we get you in that ring, I want to see how fast you can run around that ring and when I get behind you, boy. You know what, Jimmy? I've been thinking maybe taking up boxing after I knocked that big Sid Vicious out like I did. Baby, I really got a lot of pride in these dudes, and I want myself a modern-day warrior. I'm going to make him a modern-day loser, Daddy.
Jimmy Golden, Frankie the Thumper Lancaster, Robert Fuller is over in their corner, too.
From a land where the sun shines hot, where you learn to drop a book.
Hear the music. Wow. Funny boy, here comes Tracy Smothers and his partner, Scott Steiner. We've got tag team action here. Expiration of time match. Should be a good one with Steiner and Smothers going against Golden and Lancaster. Robert Fuller also dressed out here. Jerry Lawler out here again. King. All right. Let's see if we can get them sorted out and get the match underway here. We've got a 3 against 2 situation. One of them on this side of the ring is not going to be able to participate in the match.
I'm going to watch that.
Golden not happy that Lawler is out here. It's going to be Frankie Lancaster, the Thumper, starting against Scott Steiner.
Yeah, I'm going to watch his back here. Yeah, what he said.
No.
Dave, I just wanted to come out here for a second and try to clear up a little bit of a situation, if I could, that we've had a few calls about. I've had quite a few calls about. As you know, Dave, back on December the 13th up in Chicago, I traveled up there. First of all, I won the AWA World Championship here in Memphis on May the 9th, and last year defended that title all over the place. As soon as I won it, man, the AWA, Vern Gagne promoters was calling me day and night saying, boy, we got a title match here. We got you one in Milwaukee. We got you one in Minneapolis. We got title matches in podunk places like Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and places like that. He had me running all over the world to defend the AWA title. Well, then Super Clash came up December the 13th in Chicago. I traveled up there to put the title on the line against the world-class heavyweight championship held by Kerry Von Erich. And as you know, I came out of Superclass the winner of 2 world championships. And the whole idea of that was to unify these belts, to make only one world champion, one undisputed world champion. And now, as you can see, I've got all the belts right here with me. The world-class belt that I won from Kerry Von Erich. Can you just get it panned down here for just 1 second there? The world-class belt from Kerry Von Erich. The AWA belt. Got that right here in front of me. Then the promotions got together, and they had this one right here made, the Unified World Championship belt. That's a big one. Right down here, as you still see, the world-class title. Right over here, the AWA title. But this is the one that it's all about. This is the Unified World Championship. So now I get calls from Vern Gagne saying, we need you to come up here and defend the AWA belt. I said, look, I can't. I'm already booked in Dallas, Texas. They said, well, we can't worry about the world-class stuff. I'm only concerned about the AWA. I said, well, Vern, look, I'm a unified champion now. I can't just go and defend one belt and not the other.
Absolutely.
He said, oh, yes, you can. You can come up here and just put the AWA belt on the line. And I did that a couple of times. I went to some of his cities, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't said this about many people, but poor Vern Gagne was a great promoter in his time, but he still thinks it's the 1950s. He still tries to promote wrestling like it's the 50s. Let me tell you something, Vern. Get in the 80s, brother. Now he calls me and tells me, if you're not going to defend this AWA title, we may have to take it away from you. I said, well, Vern, I've already went out on TV and I said, look, I'm going to send this AWA title back.
Right.
I'm going to send the world-class title back. Let these guys have them as company championships, just like the WWF has their own heavyweight champion. The NWA has their own heavyweight champion. Well, it's no problem with the world-class having a heavyweight champion and the AWA having a heavyweight champion. Those guys can be the #1 contender for this unified world heavyweight championship, the only undisputed world heavyweight championship. So now I understand Vern goes out on television on ESPN and says something about, well, we're going to make Lawler vacate the title. Well, I already vacated it. I did it 3 weeks ago.
Sure. I was here.
So I just want to straighten that out. Some people called and said, we don't understand. What are they saying on the AWA? What they're saying is what I said 3 weeks ago. They want to have their own AWA heavyweight champion. That's fine. World Class can have their heavyweight champion. But you're looking at the true undisputed world heavyweight champion, the unified world heavyweight champion. And as long as I got this belt around my